It's your girl, 1K Yellow Diamond, and I'm back with another video. Yes, I am. I'm back with another freaking video. Yes. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome all my newbies, and what's up to my oldies? Thanks for joining me. I hope you all is doing fine and fabulous, and if not, remember, you have the key to be happy. You do, okay? All right, before we get into this reaction video, before we get into this reaction video, make sure you all subscribe, and make sure y'all press that post notification bell and thumbs up the video. Okay, woo. Y'all, we getting ready to watch allegedly true cabin. What? Wait, y'all, look, I had to come up close. True cabin in the woods horror story. Allegedly. True cabin in the woods horror story. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to keep it 100. Y'all want me to keep it 100? So y'all want me to keep it 100? I'll keep it 100. Ever since, I love camping. I do. I like to go camping now. Not like, you know, with no tents or nothing. Not, unless it's about 50 million people with us. Not that many, but, you know, got to be a lot of us. 20 people. And we all in one little hut. If I'm going to go camping, I'm going to be in a log cabin with a lot of people. Okay? But I really don't like going camping after the Friday the 13th. That scared a lot of people from going camping. I know it scared me. I'm like, I ain't never going camping unless it's about 50 people. 50 plus. And everybody we can and know each other. Well, I think that's probably too many people because all the people probably be one crazy one. So, I don't know. Let's check this out. This might go even scare me even more so. So, let's get into it and see what it's all about. Cabin in the Woods horror story.
This happened back when I was 13 years old. Back then, I had a close friend named Aiden. He was a couple years older than me, but we still got along, mainly because our houses were right next to each other. The rest of our neighborhood was mostly filled with older people, so we didn't really have anyone else to play with. Most nights we'd play random games outside until we got too tired or our parents called us in. This was before the internet was a big deal, so we did this a lot.
Who remember those days? He must come from my era because, baby, it wasn't no internet. We had fun. We played outside until the street light came on. Or you and your mother or daddy calling you. We play games outside, football, kickball, baseball, but what's the tag you hit? 1, 2, 3 red light. What's the one you hide? Hide and go seek? Or hide and go. And then we came in. By then, you know, it was time to eat, take a bath, and go to sleep. Or if you had like family time, I remember we used to play like games like Rimmery and what other little games. So hey, yeah, he come from my era. Comment and let me know if you come from that era. It would be way before internet.
One of the games we played the most was hide and seek, but a variation.
Did I just say that? Hide and seek. Hey, that could be kind of scary at night.
The seeker would have to use a flashlight at all times. The big rule of the game was
we
that
never
the person
had
seeking had to
flashlights.
keep it on no matter what, and the person hiding was considered found if they got revealed by the flashlight. It made the game interesting because the hider was better able to know where the seeker was and use it to their advantage when repositioning. But the seeker could just as easily shine their huge circle of light in the hider's direction from a distance, ending the game. We typically set the boundaries to anywhere in the closed parts of the neighborhood, though our neighborhood was right on the edge of a huge stretch of woods, so sometimes we make things interesting by making that the playing area. We never set a limit as to how far the hider could go, because typically we just genuinely didn't want to go that far, considering we played the game at night, which admittedly made for a fairly creepy setting. This one time, it was my turn to be the hider. Aiden and I had both agreed to make the woods the playing area for this round. I remember wanting to make it a challenge, so I headed out further than I usually did. Quickly, I started to regret this. It got very dark away from any house lights. By this point, I couldn't see any lights whatsoever. Considering Aiden had the only flashlight, this made traversing the woods especially difficult. All I had for light was what little was provided by the moon. After I kept walking for a while, I eventually came across an abandoned cabin. I knew this would be the perfect spot. There was no way I was...
Now, you a child. I don't know about that. You a child. You veered off a little further than you normally do. You didn't see no, what they call, house lights on. And you come across a abandoned cabin with no lights. Okay, let's see. Let's hear. Because basically this was just audio. He's showing us stuff, but...
I stepped inside and fumbled my way around to a set of stairs. I walked up them and came across a bedroom with a single window that somewhat pointed back to my neighborhood, which by this point was way too far away to see anymore. I sat there for a long time. Nothing happened.
I bet you did, because your friend didn't come.
Only he wasn't using the flashlight. He was cheating. Clearly, he had gotten tired of the flashlight constantly revealing his position, and therefore was either covering it with his hand or had turned it off completely. I watched as his black silhouette walked closer and closer to the cabin. I began to hear leaves crunching under his footsteps as he continued forward. Eventually he got close enough to where I could no longer see him out of the window, though I could now hear his footsteps from downstairs. Just then, out of the window, I saw the heart-dropping sight of Aiden with the flashlight walking around way off in the distance. But I could still hear footsteps from downstairs. Slowly it hit me. Whoever was downstairs wasn't Aiden.
Yeah, it could have been anybody. You in an abandoned house in the woods. Could be all kind of people in there. Come on now. I don't care if it was back in those days. I mean, I wouldn't do it even now, and I didn't do it back in those days. No.
Instinctively, I got down and hid underneath a nearby bed.
Furniture and shit all in there.
The footsteps began slowly walking up the stairs. When they got to the top, I could hear the click of a gun. My heart was pounding out of my chest by this point.
Yeah, because you probably on somebody in their house. They think you trespassing. Why would you go in the house? That's crazy. I never, in a child.
A few seconds passed when I saw large boots walk into the room that in no way could have been Aiden's. They stood still near the door for what felt like an eternity before turning around and leaving the room. I took this opportunity to get out from under the bed and jump out of the window. When I landed and got to my feet, I just started running.
I bet.
I could hear footsteps gaining on me from behind, but I didn't look back. Eventually, Aiden saw me running at him and instantly pointed his flashlight on me, saying that he could see me and then he won the round. But when I didn't stop running, his eyes moved to behind me and the expression on his face instantly faded. He turned and began running with me towards my house. Not long after, we would reach it. We went inside and locked the door behind us. Aiden, now just as shaken up as I was, began questioning what had just happened. Disturbingly, he then asked me who the man was that was running behind me. I still remember getting goosebumps hearing him say this. I proceeded to tell him the whole story from start to finish, and he didn't question a single bit of it. We then told my parents, but did our best to downplay the situation as much as possible, making it seem like it wasn't a big deal so that they wouldn't completely freak out. They ended up calling the cops, who came out to search the cabin and the surrounding area. They searched for multiple hours, but no one was found. From then on, both of our parents didn't allow either of us to go into those woods, and I can't say this was at all disappointing. You couldn't have paid me to go back into those woods.
I bet.
This whole experience was extremely traumatizing, much more for me than Aiden.
Now, really? Yeah, I bet y'all was traumatized. I would too, but come on now. I don't know what kind of kid y'all, I know boys are a little bit more adventurous at a young age and stuff like that. So I don't know about that. I mean, it's a good little story, I believe it's true because it could have been someone living in there and you invaded their space. So, hey, it is no telling what that man probably hiding on the run, warrants, you just never know. So, hey, it is what it is. Comment below and let me know, have y'all experienced something like this? Now, I experienced playing hide and go seek, but going to an abandoned house in the woods, no, not me. All right, so Until next time, peace.